Well, what happened is like also like since back in the days, we used to live this law. I don't know how to say it in English. I think it's eye by eye, nose by nose, or ojo por ojo, diente por no, eye by eye, teeth by teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way of humans we used to live back in the days until Jesus Christ come and tell them, you can forgive actually, and it's gonna be fine. Besides all kind of stops or pauses in the time, but here we are. The best way to start is like talking about telling me, you guys, how was Ramadan, since you both are Muslims?
You can start.
Yeah, well, Ramadan is just an amazing month of the year. It's the most month where we feel detoxed from so many things. Just like a robot.
Yeah, exactly. I think from my perspective is you can believe whatever you want to believe, No one's gonna judge you, or if someone judge you, like, this is their problem. This is not your problem. But the most important thing is it should help you. It should let you be a good person, a good human being, as you said, and care about yourself, care about your environment, and live in peace. That's the first thing that you should care about as a person. And after that, success, studies, whatever it comes after. But the first thing is being a good human being who's gonna like respect all other religions, all other gods if there exist. You should just respect.
Welcome to Awaken Consciousness podcast.
Live again, another episode. This time, two of my good friends, Sinap and Ashraf, has been here before, one of them, but another one is the first. So this time is going to be amazing because we're going to talk about religion, we're going to talk about God, we're going to talk about perspectives and how humanity can become one no matter their spirituality. So, welcome, guys.
Welcome. Thank you.
Cheers for being here. Finally, it takes a while. I know you guys are busy in your own stuff.
I know, but we made it. We're here now.
Yeah, after 6 months waiting, we're here.
Well, good things take time.
Exactly.
That's one of the reasons why I've been also doing properly.
Yeah.
Besides all kind of stops or pauses in the time, but here we are. The best way to start is like talking about telling me, you guys, how was Ramadan, since you both are Muslims?
You can start.
Yeah, well, Ramadan is just an amazing month of the year. It's the most month where we feel detoxed from so many things. It could be detoxing from people, life, work, just the crazy environment out there that's like stressing you out. It makes you more, I would say, just chill, relaxed, in tune with yourself. Also, it's the most time where you are closest to God, that is Allah. And it's beautiful. You just put all that, I would say, focus on yourself and your prayers and your fasting, and mostly, basically that.
What are you thinking from a male perspective?
I would say the same. It's a very peaceful month that you review your connection with God, your relationship with God, and you go pray. It's this amount of praying, too much more than the usual, and I would say the same as Zina, because I think she said everything.
Yeah, also reading the Quran.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the things I wanted to say too. It's a form of 1 month meditation where you give your all, and then once it's done, you just feel like a new person. You feel like everything in your life that you are about to welcome is just has started from like zero, in a way of like all those bad habits, you left them before Ramadan, and then you enter Ramadan, and then it's like you heal for them, or like from them, or you just clean yourself, and then after Ramadan, boom, another start, like another new lesson, new page, new start
chapter.
in a way. New chapter.
For me as a shaman, and I am more, I would say, like related with all religions, but not exactly with none of them. So it's more my personal connection with God and how I perceive God itself. The way Ramadan for me goes is for more like a reset, because every year, every day, we have to deal with our work, with our family, with our friends, with our drama, etc., etc., etc. But there's this point in the year that you guys like kind of like give yourself to God and to the detox, pretty much, that's gonna happen, because you cannot drink and you cannot do normal things. I would say like you do daily, because you are more focused in your personal growth. You're more focused in try to be a good person, and kind of like going into a meditation, but for like full month, that you can kind of like see your thoughts and see your bad behaviors and things like you are like, oh, that what I did was crazy. Should not do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, true. Like it happens like all the time. Every year, whenever it's Ramadan, I start thinking about my old ways, or just sometimes, having a flashback, and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually said that or did that, or who was I? Like, it's just complete, I don't know, crazy stuff. But it's okay. I mean, we learn through them, and we sin. We all sin differently, and I believe it's life. It's life, and we repent, and it's how it is. But mostly, I would say what matters the most is, at the end of the day, even though we sin, we still go back to God. We still do our prayers. We're there for our religion and for ourselves as well. And yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, I totally accept myself for all the things I've done, and maybe not everyone is gonna, how am I gonna say it? Approve, I would say. Not everyone approves of this. So many people can judge you for sinning, but each one of us sins differently, and we still judge others. So I don't see why people do that, because we're allowed to do whatever we want in this life. At the end of the day, it's our connection with God. It's between him and I.
Exactly.
And like it's each one's lesson with him. So whoever you are, whatever religion you believe in, it's just between you and him. It's no one else has the right to come and tell you otherwise.
Yeah. Well, what happened is like also like since back in the days, we used to live this law. I don't know how to say it in English. I think it's eye by eye, nose by nose, or ojo por ojo, diente por no, eye by eye, teeth by teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way of humans we used to live back in the days, until Jesus Christ come and tell them, you can forgive actually, and it's gonna be fine. So he came with a different law that it was applied previously. And I think like the problem of humans in terms of judging each other is because you judge because that person also commits things like you. But rather than point, what about, learn from there and grow? What about forgive? What about being empathic? What about being compassionate?
Yeah.
So religion have so much division because of that. All religions go to the same God, but they all have different colors or different roads to reach the God. And because you're taking a different road, that doesn't mean you're wrong. You're just taking a different road. It will lead you to the same spot. It's like climbing the mountain for like 10 different spots, but the end you're gonna go to the same place. And the part of judging will go mainly for personal insecurities, personal envies that we may have with others, or personal disagreement in how they rule their life, Yeah. Because just because I am Christian or I am Muslim or I am Jew or whatever, that doesn't make you better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
What make you better would be like you actually taking care of your body, you actually taking care of your community, you're actually taking care of animals and plants. This is how actually like love or God will at the end judge you. It doesn't matter your religion as long as you were a good human being, because technically this is why we are here, to learn how to become a good human being, to learn how to reconnect again with God, to learn again how to be self-aware and how we can change consciously. Because most of us will live in automatic mode. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we go to work, we come back, maybe we go to the gym, and then come back to home, watch the TV, and do it again.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like a robot.
Yeah, exactly. I think from my perspective is you can believe whatever you want to believe. No one's gonna judge you, or if someone judge you, like this is their problem. This is not your problem. But the most important thing is it should help you. It should let you be a good person, a good human being, as you said, and care about yourself, care about your environment, and live in peace. That's the first thing that you should care about as a person. And after that, success, studies, whatever it comes after. But the first thing is being a good human being who's gonna like respect all other religions, all other gods if there exist. You should just respect. Like if you and I, we don't have the same God, we don't have the same religion, it doesn't matter. I saw that you're a good person, and that's the most thing important for me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. This is actually like another thing that I like to talk to you guys, because the perception of God also like is different between religions, right? Same with the name. Someone is called Allah, someone is called it God, someone is called it Yahweh, I think it is. Yeah, from the Hebrews.
Someone's called it Jesus as well.
Yeah, but Jesus is mainly, I would say, is like a channel. It's from different religions. It's God make flesh in Jesus Christ. But like the Indians have the same thing. Krishna, is God being human. And other religions also the same. Like famous for the Buddha. Like Buddha was a type of incarnation of God. But each teacher teach you different things, right? So for example, like Jesus teach you forgiveness and compassion. And Krishna also teach you forgiveness and compassion and love. Buddha give you self-awareness and consciousness. And same for your religion that I'm not much involved, but I would love if you guys can share it a little bit.
Well, in our religion it's a mix of everything. So when I say a mix of everything, is forgiveness, happiness, good treatment for yourself, for the others. Basically, to not do something wrong to others, even yourself, you're not allowed to. So as I said, it's a mix of everything's good in life that a normal human being can see. And yeah, I'm happy with my religion, I would say, because it gives me like a relaxation in terms of, for example, when I feel stressed, when I'm feeling, for example, anxiety, I become to God. So I just go and pray, and I know that this word that we are living is just like an exam or just a passage. So we're gonna return back to God. And we're going to bring not our money, but we're going to bring what we have in our heart and what we did as good things in the life. Yeah.
There's actually a similar perspective from the Egyptians. The Egyptians says when you die, you're not going to be not measured, but like you're not going to be worthy of going to heaven, not because your commodities or your value on earth, but for how light, or for how from how light is your heart. Like the idea of the Egyptians is like, if your heart is as light as a feather, then you're welcome to heaven. But if your heart is a little bit more heavy than a feather, you have to come back to earth and redo it again.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense in a way, because if your heart is like feather, it means you forgive easily, and you're a good person. You love from the heart, even though you are hurt, you still let things go. Instead of having a very hard heart, it just means that you have so much envy towards people or even yourself. You don't forgive easily. You have so much hate and so much
Arrogance.
Yeah.
That you believe you're the best just because.
Exactly. And so much ego as well. So it's not a good thing to have that in a way. So, going back to what you said about Egyptians and what they said, it makes sense in a way.
Yeah, because kind of like the journey, I would call it, because this is a journey, right? We just came here for a moment and then we go again. So kind of the part of the journey would be like, number one, reclaim your who you are, which is a son of God. Number two, become self-aware and conscious that you are who you are. And once you're there, then do the best you can to help others. And this is split in all religions at the same time. It's somehow the similar thing of the Egyptians too. But the problem becomes when we forgot that for power. Because we all came here as kings and queens. Therefore, we always want to be kings and queens. But that arrogance of the power will make you be away from God. This is why usually like more humble people or more poor people is the one who is more connected to God. So it's important that no matter how much you acquire in terms of wealth or power or networkers or whatever, don't forget where you're coming from. Don't forget who you are.
Exactly.
And don't forget where you're going back.
Yeah.
And talking about where do we come from, as me and Zina become like, not in the same sentence that you mean, but we're coming from Morocco, so we grown up in a Muslim country. So those values were religious and also cultural. So it was a mix of the both than only religious or something. So I think also the culture play a big role into your think of like the way that you think, the way that you took life as I don't know, but yeah. So
there's like a pre-program.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're programmed, like you grown as in a cultural Muslim culture, like this is
everything will be into those filters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You will understand onto those filters.
Like everything is related to our religion. Like if you go to Morocco and like you have a conversation with someone, you're gonna start by giving you examples, like religion examples. You're gonna start by talking with you religiously, like it's something that we grown up with. And I think it's a good thing because for me, that helped me a lot. And for the others, it depends of each person. I would let Zainab.
No, he's actually right. I'm with you in that, because it helped me too in a way, because, for example, let's say in our families, we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do something like really bad, My mom would come after me and be like, no, you're not supposed to do that, like God is gonna be like angry, don't do that. So since I was a young girl, I had that in mind. So every time now that I do something bad or however it is, I still have that reminder back in my head right?
Yeah.
Or even just talking about people. No, you're not supposed to talk about people. You know, that's bad. You know, like it's a sin in a way. And it's so many little points. So it's good because it always reminds you that you should be in the right path, and always takes you back on just being a good Muslim and being a good person in general. Just
All those points create like a little PTSD in your brain.
yeah, yeah, literally. Also OCD as well.
By the way,
Yeah.
like how you guys, like, you know, coming from like a country like that and now living in Canada for like so many years, how your perception has changed in terms of like culture, in terms of like society, and in terms of religion? Oh, not exactly change, but adapt, right?
Yeah.
I would say from my experience, well, I was in Canada since 2020, so it's almost it's 5 years, and for me, like in the first, it was a culture of shock, and then I start working on myself to get integrated to the society, and you know, starting from the scratch is always a hard period that you're gonna have in your life, but slowly but surely you can make it. And what I had, like, what did I learn from Canada in the religious perspective is to become more open, to listen what the others say, to listen what the others believe in, and not to judge, but just to have good conversations, have this opportunity to talk with someone about what he's believing in, because it's so important. Like, you're still just a person, but you don't know what is in his mind, so, or her, or them. So I think that's the thing that I learned, and I'm so grateful that I became more open to others' opinions and others' way to think, in others' God or whatever. That makes you more mature, and that gives you also I think I'm gonna say a grown up.
Become a little bit more mature, like how to be more empathic with others that they think different from you.
Well, yeah. So, for example, when I said mature is, when someone want to have like a conversation with you in religion, you're not gonna be in a defensive way, like, no, my God is the only one.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Like, maybe you're wrong in my head or whatever, but like, I wanna know what you're thinking about. I wanna know, like, the way that you're believing in it. How do you practice your religion? How do you connect with God? That's I think that's important for me. I'm not gonna say like, no, you're wrong. I don't think your religion, because this is immature. This is not having a conversation, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, he's right, because that just makes you more open-minded to new ideas and new ways of just getting to know other religions, because we don't really know about them.
Mm-hmm.
When, like in Morocco, they don't tell you about other religions. But same for me, when I came here, I started learning so much about people and their religions and how they practice it, like in everyday life. And for me, what I learned since I came here, I came to Canada, I would say same as Ashraf. Also, it's, in a way, it's like a test for me. This is how I see it. I don't know if it's the same thing for you, Ashraf, too. It's a test.
Sorry to interrupt you. Like, how old were you when you came?
I was 18.
And how old were you?
I was 17.
Okay, so
17,
you guys
18.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
No, that's all right. I came here, at 18, but I used to come here like every summer since I was very young. It's because I had my brother here and my sister. So I kind of know what it is, but not fully, until I actually experienced it like by myself. Anyways, now I have the bigger picture and like a big idea about Canada. I came, and as I was saying, it's like a test for me here in Canada, because it's like, okay, so your whole life you were in Morocco, and you were religious, praying like every day, 5 times a day. I've been doing that since the age of 16 and all. Then I come here, and then boom, it's a different life. It's a different lifestyle. People think differently than from me, Am I still going to be the same person as I was in Morocco? Am I still going to be religious as I was back in Morocco? Am I still going to do Ramadan, fast Ramadan? Am I still, or am I just going to get distracted from everything else? Or is it just going to be the first year that I'm still going to be the same person, and then the second, third year, I'm just going to change? No. That also was a test for me. It's like, it's hard, because when you are here, you can't meet everyone that is Muslim or that is in the same lifestyle as you. You gotta keep up with your prayers. You gotta keep up with fasting Ramadan. You gotta keep up by being a good person, by still reading the Quran, even though work is tiring you, even though you have stuff to do, like going to the gym, coming back, you're tired. You don't feel like, doing your last prayer of the day. You're just like, not today, the next day, the third day. No. I still kept on doing that, even though it was hard, even though it was not the best thing to do. Sometimes I would do it, sometimes I would forget, but still, it was one of the things that made me feel good about myself, and it was a big test. Just having that big change from switching from Morocco right away to here. And also, apart from religion, I would say just working here, being more independent, is something that I was not expecting. It was really hard. It's, all my life I've been treated like a princess in a way with my family, My parents would do everything for me. I bet he's the same. I mean, when I talk princess, I don't mean showing off about that. It's like,
But it's also like a part of like the culture itself, right? It's because like women in your culture are more like household, right? Like they don't work as much as they work in Canada, because here, no matter if you're a woman or a man, they're treated the same.
Exactly.
And one of the things you mentioned about the distractions is like everywhere. You got social media, you got like bars everywhere, you got like people like, like chasing you to go out, etc., etc. So you will get distracted like easy.
Yeah, legit. So by being there, being treated very well, my parents paying everything for me. I don't even have to take the bus. They even cook for me. They do everything. And once I get here, I have to do everything on my own,
It's a big
change. It's a big change.
Of course.
But I was expecting it, because my mom used to tell me, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. So I'm like,
are you sure when I go to Canada?
I just came and I jumped into Canada, and I'm like, new
it's
life.
Whatever it is.
Started, But I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me, because truly I got to know myself more. Alhamdulillah, I'm so independent right now, and life made me not need anyone.
It's like a good feeling.
It's an amazing feeling. It's like you're not afraid anymore. Even if you go down, you get to the bottom, at the end of the day, you're just gonna lift yourself up by yourself, because you're already doing everything for yourself. Mm-hmm. So whatever comes, like, you can still stand up on your feet and it's fine. Well, unless something really, really bad happens,
Of course.
I mean, that's like something else.
But even though, like, when extremely bad things happens, like, we can, if we still have our 2 hands and our 2 feet, and we still don't have any concussion in our brain, and we can still work at it, we just come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing is, like, it's quite challenged, right?
Yeah.
But that's how it goes.
Exactly.
But I'm sharing the same thought as Zineb is coming to Canada was a dream, and I was expecting that it's not gonna be easy, and yeah, it's not easy, especially in the first years. I remember there
Oh my
was
God. Yeah.
Trying to fit in.
yeah, exactly, with COVID as well. So
Are you coming COVID times?
yeah, like
Nice.
and you know, socializing and stuff was so difficult. You cannot, you know, like,
Yeah.
and by working for ourselves and growing up, you know, taking a moment to be open and socialize with everyone without judging or whatever, that helps a lot. And
Yeah.
going through your professional life as well, growing up financially as well. I think that's the thing that I'm proud of it. And by if I was in Morocco, I say I'm not gonna achieve what I achieved until now. Alhamdulillah, may.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what I'm thinking about. Is Canada gives me a lot, and I'm ready to give back what Canada gives me in this 5 years. And I'm not saying Morocco is bad, no, but the opportunity here is, I would say, it's more easy to access.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is what I'm thinking about.
One of the questions actually I have talking about Morocco, I don't know how similar it is from Egypt, because Egypt is also from Muslims, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing some videos in Egypt that at a certain point you start hearing all the speakers and everybody start praying.
Oh yeah.
Is like that over there?
Yeah,
though?
that's the prayer time.
Is the same? Do you have speakers and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that everybody start
It's
praying?
at the mosque. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
so
mosque.
Yeah, but
every time.
but it's like in the city too. Like you have speakers like around, like in the markets and stuff like that.
It's yeah. Well, the thing is, I would say every 5 kilometer or less, you find a mosque.
That's why you hear it everywhere.
So yeah, it's like there's a mosque for every neighborhood, so that this neighborhood hears that it's actually prayer time, you know, and the other one hears. Everyone has to hear it. It's one of the main things in the Arab countries that we actually have is like the mosque, and it's the
It's basically come to pray, you know. Like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's like a come.
Yeah.
It's like the bells of the church.
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. It's the bells. And because, you know, there are some older people who have no phones, no watch, no anything. And the only way for them to know that it's prayer time, it's when the imam starts
Singing.
yeah.
Well, it's not singing.
Really singing.
Well, I don't know how to say it. Like it's screaming. Like no.
It's
I don't
not
even know what they
screaming.
say.
It's I would say it's a call for the people, telling them that it's a prayer call.
When they talk, what
I hope
what
it's
they
the
actually
right word.
what they actually say, like, because I only know some language. I just hear like
Yeah.
So basically, they said,
come here and pray.
this is the meaning of why they called, but what actually they say is, God is great. God is great. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
the
this is-
tashahud, like
Yeah, this is the time of salat and tashahud, as we believe in God and we believe in our prophet. So this is basically what they
It's
say.
like a reminder.
Yeah, well, it's a reminder, but every Muslim have this in his mind. Like, no need
it's
to
like
do
a
remind.
ritual.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a ritual.
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
meaning by this, as you said, I don't know, like adhan, but in your way, screaming or singing, is basically to tell to the people in the neighbors to, this is the time of salat, so this is the time of praying, so go to the mosque.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like an alarm when you wake up in the morning. It's like ta-ding.
yeah.
It's like that. It's like that. Okay, wake up. So that one is
The difference between alarm is when the alarm in the morning thing, you're like, oh fuck again.
yeah.
But when the praise is like, okay, I'm gonna go pray, like I'm gonna go meet my God, you know. So
Yeah.
this is great. But yeah.
it's I want to say this, it's one of the things I miss the most is the adhan prayer, and just that voice that you hear when it's time to go and pray. When I went to Morocco this time, like a month ago, and I heard it, I was just like, wow, what a relief. What a good feeling. It's just very special.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to find words to describe this feeling.
Yeah.
Because if you're not born in, I would say, our country, it's hard to explain this feeling. Like, how do you feel? Especially, like, for example, you guys, you're from Nicaragua. For sure, do you have like something in Nicaragua that, reminds you of your childhood? It reminds you of, I don't know, like a special event or something that you cannot describe to me. Is exactly the same thing. Say, it's like faced to this experience, you're just speechless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, yes, for sure. Like, in terms of like each religion or each culture have their own thing. Like the Christian was saying, like they have the bells. They start ringing the bells, so everybody go to the church and they start going there. But like Nicaragua, it's a more, how can I say it? Like, it's more like a wide open environment. So therefore, like, all religions are welcome and they all have their own thing, and they kind of like respect some kind of like environment or some type of like a expansion from each to another. So in this way, they're all welcome at the same time.
Yeah.
So for example, like for me personally, like I can go and do my prayers and do my things, but the way I do it more like for meditation rather than prayers. So that's how it's a little bit like different from the way you ask, because in the meditation you mainly receive, because the idea of meditation is like stop talking. You just like listen, you just like sit and breathe and allow God to talk to you. Because we usually, like in most of religions, what we do is like we talk to God. We ask our prayers, we ask our questions, and trying to be forgiven for any sins that we have. But when you do meditation, it's kind of like the opposite, which is like you sit, you don't talk, you only listen to your breathing, and then you allow the information to start coming. And it's a thing like in practice you will actually achieve it, because meditation at the beginning, it's so difficult. Like anyone who wanna sit and being quiet is like your mind, I am not gonna let you quiet.
Your
I will keep you entertainment.
Yeah, your thoughts are just like lingering around. They won't stop themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand. It's true. Meditation is not like prayer, but I still want to say this. For us, like Muslims and how we pray, it is still a form of meditation, just differently in a way. The only difference is when we start praying, you have to recite the Quran, and it just makes you sorry. For us, prayer is meditation in a way, because once you start reading the Quran while you're praying, your thoughts just stop by themselves. I mean, sometimes not, but most of the time they do, because in that moment is a whole focus on reciting the Quran and just stopping your mind, just like a mute to everything. And once the prayer is done, it's usually like 2 minutes to 3 minutes, then you start receiving, So it's kind of like regular meditation. You start receiving right away. But prayer, it's while you're reciting, and once you're done and you finish, so we say like assalamu alaikum, then you stop, you start praying for whatever you want, and then there's that moment of like calmness that comes, and then right away so many things starts coming to you, so many messages, so many
coming back to the reality.
Coming back, yeah. I mean, sorry. I mean, so many
thoughts and ideas.
Thoughts and ideas,
like
yeah. Whatever you were.
Reflections, we can call it
Yeah.
somehow.
it's like in meditation. Let's say you go to meditate to know about something. Let's say, is it good for me to go and start that business or do this or do that? And your mind starts sending you like signals right away. Prayer, it's until you're done that prayer, and then those signals starts coming to you.
Right. I was about to actually like disagree in the part of the meditation, which I definitely agree in the part of every prayer is a type of meditation, because you definitely focus all your attention in one spot and you don't allow any other thoughts or ideas to pop up into your mind. So therefore you focus on your prayer. But that's a different type of meditation that I was mentioned previously, because the type of meditation that I know and mainly everybody else know is the idea of like not talking, just focusing your breathing. Because every time you do your prayer, yes, you talk to God, but you don't allow to God to reply to you. In this case, you don't allow the feedback to come to you so you can listen it and actually like reflect from there. Of course, again, I definitely like follow your advice in terms of like meditation is a type of, like praying is a type of meditation, but you also have to give that particular time after you pray at least to allow yourself to listen.
Yeah.
Because in this way you will also allow to yourself to receive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I am totally with you in that one. And
I think what I'm gonna say about this is our meditation is just different than yours. So basically, when you pray and you talk with God, you feel like a different feeling that I don't know how to explain it, but this feeling is such a meditation for us. So you're praying, you're asking, but at the same time you feel relaxed. So you're asking you can ask for everything, and just by the fact that you're asking, you feel like a feeling that cannot describe with words. I can tell you.
Yeah, it's a type of, I would say, like a fulfillment. You feel fulfilled. You feel the connection with God itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's a good feeling, especially once the prayer is done, because you feel relaxed. You feel exactly how he was saying, fulfilled, and it's. I lost my words. I wanted to say something.
I would say the time that you're recovering your words. So basically. This feeling, because our God, they already told us what he wants to tell us. Like if you read the Quran, you're gonna see, you're gonna understand what Allah wants from us, like our God wants from us. And we have Sunnah, so it's based on what our Prophet said before. So our religion is completed, and we don't hear. We how do we say that?
Pray.
We pray.
No,
we ask.
We read. So we read. We understood. So when we read, we understood. So Allah did His job. For us, is praying, asking.
Yes, and also prayer for us. It's truly, we don't. God didn't give it to us to do it for Him. It's actually made for us, because it's like going back to yourself. It's like go back to meditate with yourself. Go back to bringing your thoughts in place. Go back to just muting all that noise from the outside. So many people, they tell me sometimes, oh, like it's a lot of prayers like per day. It's like 5 prayers a day. Like, how can you do that? That's like too much. Yes, but at the same time, I'm used to it. But what's good about it, it's once you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is give your energy to that one first prayer. It's like, it's at 5 a.m. Certain people wake up to do it. Certain people do it like once they wake up at 8 or 9, depends what time. But first thing you do is wake up, you pray, you start your day already fulfilled, with a good energy, relaxed. You have a good way of thinking. You feel balanced. So it's good. Then you keep on with your day. Then the second prayer comes. Let's say once you woke up, you did that first prayer, you went to work, something stressful happened, you had so much anxiety, whatever. And then the second prayer hits. It's time to do it. You just go and pray. And it's like all that stress you were feeling, all those 3 hours at work, you just put them all in that prayer. And then again, you feel renewed again.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying?
One of the things
And then it keeps going like that.
I want to follow with you is, yes, the part of like each prayer make you feel better because it's kind of like a reaffirmation. But talking about the previous mention it about like the Quran is already complete and you already know when the gods already know.
Mm-hmm.
I will disagree with you too in that particular part because I know that we all different,
Mm-hmm.
that we all have different minds, and each of us is independent. So the Quran is complete in the Quran, but it's not complete with us. The complete part, we do it, right? When we read, when we pray, and whatever. But the connection and the completed part will go with you directly. It doesn't matter how many times you pray if you still don't do what the God laws is.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, you're just talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have not only to pray, but you also have to act.
Yeah.
It's not only like, oh, I'm a good person and everything's gonna be fine and God will forgive me because I've been doing my prayers and da da da. No, you also have to like do the proper job, and the connection will be there at that point. That's what I was talking about, the meditation part, which is like you have to allow yourself to receive a little bit, because most of the people don't know how to meditate because it's so annoying just sitting in a place and staying still for 15 minutes and don't move and don't talk.
Yeah.
Versus your mind is, hey, do you remember what you did last time?
Yeah.
Do you remember you have to do stuff tomorrow? Do you remember about the girl? Do you remember about the boy? Do you remember about like your mind? It's so annoying.
Mm-hmm. But go first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, there is a point in that. Yes, it is a bit hard to mute yourself, but in a way, for example, for us, after that prayer that you do, then you start that meditation that you actually you do. Then so many things come to your mind. It's so because of that prayer that I actually do. I'm just going to talk about myself that I do. Makes me get to the point that later after it mutes my thoughts and my mind for me to be able to receive any message that God has to send to me that I need to know or be aware of. So yeah, go ahead.
Just answering your not your question but
my disagreement.
Yeah. I would say so. Basically, prayers is not enough because even if you pray, you can go to how do I say Jannah?
Hellfire,
whatever, like the punishment. So
to hell.
Yeah, to hell.
to hell. Yeah, to hell.
To hell.
Keep it that way.
Straight. So basically, like religion is about actions. So by treating yourself as the all things that I said just right before. So being a good human, treating everyone well and treating yourself and treating God well. So all those things, as I said, is a mix, is a package. Like it's never completed if you miss one of those things that Allah asked for. And for the Quran, which is I said that it's completed. I said that it's completed, that God provide us wherever He wants to provide, and after that it's us. So after that is you with yourself. How you're gonna take the words and how you're gonna act
upon it.
Yeah, based on what you read and like we know that God is everywhere and He's with us, but He gives us what He needs to give us. So as we said, the life is an exam. You pass it or you failed it.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. And yeah, in that book, in the Quran, it's everything is written in there. You either take it or you leave it, and put it aside. And if you dig deep into the Quran, it's not, and its messages and it's the details about what God is trying to tell us or even shows us, you can find those things in our daily life. It's something that it's logical. For example, it's gonna tell you you cannot go and harm a person because that makes you, like, bad in this way, and that way, and you could actually go to hellfire. Where actually logically, of course, if you go and kill somebody, kill a soul, of course, what are you expecting later after in life?
Go to heaven, of course.
Go to heaven? Like, no. Literally, you're going to have to get punished for that first, and then we'll see about other stuff, the good deeds that you did. But it's so many
Justice.
good many points in the Quran that shows you everything that we're actually going through here in life. It just tells you this is the good and this is the bad. And some people, I really want to say this, some people, some certain Muslims, they are very harsh with the religion that makes other people fear our religion and see it as, oh no, that's very strict, oh no, Muslim people, they're crazy, they're this and that. No, it doesn't have to get that harsh. It doesn't have to get that strict.
But it's also different type of connections with the religion itself, right? Because the women can dress fully cover or like half cover or like be more open and free as you are, since you also like explore a different culture and a different environment. So you realize at some point, like, and this I'm talking to all religions. All religions have good things, but some others are like too regulated, like too many limitations.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like some religions are like, yes, you can drink alcohol, but you cannot drink coffee. You can have several sex before get married, and some others you cannot have zero sex before you get married. And stuff like that. So I think like in time, our religions will regulate in a way of like become more human. Because the law of God, it's a guidance, but it's not a rule that's going to be like this. And if you don't apply it like 100%, you're going to go to hell, just like that.
Yeah.
So I think like our religion itself have to like modulate it themselves in order to be more human, in terms of like, we're going to keep singing, because it's part of being human, like have mistakes, not necessarily because it's on purpose, but it's part of our ignorance. Number two, also like, we live in a society that is like so vast in terms of like religions and societies and cultures. So therefore, depending where you're living and who you're with, you will have to adapt and stuff like that. Like I know some religions, and I think Muslim is one of them, that sometimes don't allow you to marry to another person which is not Muslim. But lately has been like more open to allow you to marry to another one,
flexible,
if that person converts to your religion. So it's like like those parts I'm trying like to modulate it better, so it can fit in a way of which is like number one, more compassionate, and number two, more empathic, because the empathy of religion is a big issue. If you don't allow the other one to express themselves and you're like, no, you have to convert if you want to be with me, then it's going to be a problem too.
Yeah.
I would say, like, to conclude all what we said about this topic. So basically the religion is between you and your God. So everyone has a different perspective. Everyone has a different relation with God. Everyone has a different way to think. So as we said, like, when we start our talk, we start by I think. You think that or you think that you guys, because like you cannot go through specific group without like knowing each case, like case by case. So like each person by person, so knowing like the relation between persons and like people in God. So this is impossible, and like if someone knows, they lie. So I would conclude this by, we all have our opinion, and maybe we are right, maybe we're wrong, and we should accept the others' opinions, and that's it. That's all.
But not necessarily accept it, but definitely respect it.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to accept your ideas just because you say it, but I definitely will respect you so we can be friends. And this is actually like one of the conversations we had last time.
Yeah.
About like I'm not necessarily going to accept you in my life, but
I'm going to respect
you.
it. Yeah.
You know, like you can be around me. That doesn't necessarily mean I have to be your friend.
Yeah.
You know, because you share different values and different stuff.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like doing drugs, for example, you know, drinking alcohol,
Yeah.
etc.
Well,
Exactly. I want to speak about a point that's why our religion, makes women wear headscarves and all of that. And why is it strict? It's when you think about it. When you think about it, it's made for a reason, because when you see a woman outside wearing a headscarf, covering herself, her body, she doesn't have to cover like her whole face, but at least like, her head. You just look at her and you're like, oh yeah, that's the woman, she's a beautiful woman. And then you turn around and you leave. But when you see another one that's wearing a tight dress, I don't know, nice body, whatever, you see that person and then you stare. And then once you stare, that gaze starts, those feelings in you starts like
the horniness
going hard, going like crazy.
Horny.
So you get horny, you start having thoughts, and you can't even like remove your eyes from that person. So that's a way of a distraction. So back in the days, and also why it's made and why God made women wear headscarves to not distract men from their work, from their daily life. For example, a man is from the prayers. Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to say. For example, a man wakes up in the morning, he wants to go to the mosque for his prayer. He's about to go to the mosque. He turns his head. The first thing he sees is a woman showing half of her skin. That's it. He's done. He's already like horny. He needs to go back home, shower, and then go back to the mosque. Or what he's going to do is literally walk with his eyes down. But he can't, because at some point, it's too hard for you to not look or see. So it's made for a reason.
Of course. Of course.
But not all Muslim people have a headscarf.
That's what I was actually mentioning.
Not even
because
like
you're a Muslim
me.
and you don't have one.
Exactly. That's just a choice. And it is probably a sin. And I accept that it's probably one of the sins that I show my hair, my body, like I swim at the beach, I'm wearing a bikini and so many other things, but it is the way it is, and probably one day I will be wearing a headscarf, inshallah. Who knows?
Well, everybody behaves different, right? Like this is actually like one of the topics we was about to talk to in terms of relationship, because each relationship with each of us is different, right? And each connection is also going to be different. Like, for example, you're a woman, and if you get naked in front of a man, the man is going to get horny or whatever, so you won't do that. But women, when they're naked in front of a gay guy, he's not going to do nothing. He's gay. But so it's about like the relationship like you have with certain type of people.
Yeah.
Like you cannot be naked with everybody. You cannot wearing this type of clothes with everybody. Like, for example, like you go to gym, right?
Yeah.
So you won't wear your gym clothes to go to the mosque, the church,
to the
mosque. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and of course, you're not gonna wear what you wear in the mosque to go to the gym.
Well, I definitely respect women. I respect their clothes. I respect whatever they put on themselves, because when I see a woman, I see a heart. I see a person. I don't see a body. This I worked for, because this is not something that you're born with it, because most of the guys that sell like a body, they like, so in my perspective is we should see people as
people. as people.
As
Yeah.
people,
Literally.
yeah, as a
Human
people,
beings.
a human being.
Not as thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, with this society, it's so fucked up because, like, now we got OnlyFans, you know, we got all this bullshit
Yeah.
that is keeping you distracted and looking at women as a fucking object. And that's the
Yeah.
problem because literally, like, what's the value of a woman now? $5.99, $10.99,
that's-
$20.99. She's a
Yeah.
good woman.
That's
like,
a bad thing. That's
tabernacle
a,
is bad.
yeah.
That-
Yeah. I
literally,
totally,
like, they have no
No value.
values.
Yeah, your,
Yeah.
va- your value is $10.99
Yeah.
exactly.
a month. That's it.
But,
Like,
you
it's
know-
And
naked.
for what? For money? Like, it's sad. I see it as something super sad because
But we
why
live-
would you do that to
Because
yourself?
we live in a sad society. Unfortunately, like these days, it's more easy for a woman to go and charge $10.99 for 1,000 men paying for her subscription than you
Yeah.
go to a bank and start like doing or whatever you're working, you know, in a restaurant or whatever you're doing. Doesn't matter how hard you work. No matter if you're the general manager of that bank.
Yeah.
You're still not gonna make that much money,
It's-
you know. So it's fucked up society. It's built on money, it's built on pleasure, it's built on horniness, it's built on sex, it's built on drugs, it's built on alcohol. So it's
Yeah.
built to keep you distracted. That's
And
what
it's
we
the
just talked
easy
about.
life too, because
That's the life of
Yeah.
Satan. That's
yeah,
the one he likes.
exactly. It's the
pleasure.
easy one. Yeah, you gotta make a sacrifice. Sacrifice of what? Showing your body, being accessible to everyone and everything, and whatever it is.
Like, I agree with you guys. You know, like when I saw people like doing this kind of stuff, like as we said, like we respect. I'm not gonna. It's sad, yes, but we respect. But the problem here is, you see this kind of person. You're like, they are poor. You think just about yourself, okay? So they are poor, not financially, but like in their
Spiritually.
exact.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like-
for sure, for sure.
You know,
Like once you sell your body for money,
Mhm.
it's like you're literally selling your soul to the devil.
Exactly.
It's like
yeah.
once you have no control for your body, it's like being an artist, you know, in music or no, in other parts that you have to sign a contract. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you cannot do this, you can, and that's it. So in OnlyFans or other porn environment
Yeah.
will be exactly the same way, which is like you're just selling your soul to someone else for a contract and for money.
And
And
that
that's
include the both, like men and women.
Yeah,
like
of
they're-
course, of course, of
Both.
course. It's more often in women's because I don't know, there's a quote in Espanol that says, dos tetas jalan más que una yunta way, which is like a couple of titties have more power than two cows pulling a car, you know? And to pretty much finish what I've been just talking in terms of religion, in terms of relationship, in terms of connections with God, perceptions of God, and perceptions of value that we all men have, I believe part of that will go, number one, mainly into your connection with your personal God or your personal self. Me as a shaman, God for me is consciousness, right? So God is always watching. Consciousness is always watching. You know everything you do, no matter how you do it.
Yeah.
So, therefore, what we have to do is be good. We have to help others. We have to add value to ourselves, not by selling our bodies or selling podcasts or selling whatever, but actually
Or
like
sharing your
giving
souls.
value for free. The real value,
Mhm.
which is friendship, which is love, connection, and freedom.
Mhm.
Those things are priceless. Those things are like most of humans are looking for. To feel love, to feel happy, and to feel free. Besides any religion, besides any government or collection of thought that we has been pre-programmed since the beginning, I believe I don't want to say I believe. I think I know because I've been experiencing this personally. The true connection of independence in love, connections, friendship, and freedom. Do you guys agree?
You can go first.
No, you can go ahead.
All right, so I totally agree with you. As you said, we're living in a sad world, and we're fighting for happiness, we're fighting for peace, we're fighting for love, and this is a package that we're looking for in our life. And I hope that you guys and everyone that they're watching us have a good life, good treatment, and I wish that life treats you good, as you can treat everybody well. And turn over, Sinep.
Yeah. I want to say something that he said. He said fighting for love, fighting for freedom and everything. Why do we always have to fight? I mean, I got to a point in life where I'm like, we're always fighting. I mean, till when? Can it just be just being? I mean, just doing you on a daily life. You don't have to fight for something, because at the end of the day, I mean, of course you gotta fight for certain things in the beginning, but you can't be fighting the whole time, your whole life. At some point you gotta stop. You're just gotta let it be, let it go.
I think, sorry to interrupt you, we're still fighting into these days because we know the world is still very conflicted world, and the world is not the world we wish to live in. So we have to fight for our rights, we have to fight for our freedom, and we have to fight for true empathy in the world, besides religion, besides government, besides culture, besides any division that you and I may have, because we look different, we have different ages, we have different backgrounds. We're still friends, and we still love each other. And we are here recording this podcast, which is amazing. And this is the best way to show everybody else that when friendship and love exists, nothing else matters. And that's the connection, actually, even with relationships, because you end marrying your true best friend, the person who loves you by who you are and connect truly by who you are, by not judging you or telling you how to become. Because that's a problem in a lot of relationships. The woman or the man says, oh, you cannot do this, you cannot do that if you want to be with me. That's not the true love. The true love is accepting you, surrender, stop fighting.
Yeah.
Surrender to the northern and actually,
just let it be.
Let it be.
And
let
then,
it go.
with time, things are just gonna flow. Because at the end of the day, if that person is meant for you, then things are just gonna work out the way they're supposed to. If not, then you're gonna keep fighting your whole life, and it's just gonna give you more and more sadness with yourself, with that other person, and then you won't even find your freedom. Because also freedom comes from those type of relationships. If you find so much love, so much acceptance, and no more fighting that much to that extent, you still get your freedom, because you feel relieved. You feel like there is nothing that you have to sacrifice in a crazy way to be able to keep up with that person. You are just who you are just you with them, and for them it's the same thing, and just things keep on going that way. And
wait for that person to love you by who you are.
And accept me for who I am, and also accept that other person for who they are. Because who am I to tell them that they're supposed to be like this or that? Then I'm just gonna go and find someone else that I'm looking for this and that. But sometimes we can never find that perfect person.
We will never find the perfect one.
No.
Mm-hmm.
We have to adapt.
We gotta adapt. And the most main things in relationships is respect, trust, understanding. Also communication is very important, because sometimes you can communicate with somebody and you can say something, they can take it differently, then they will think otherwise, and then things are just
creating drama.
Creating drama, and it's just it's
and
not
never ending.
And you just think, oh, this is the person of my life, or oh no, it's okay, relationships are like this, at the beginning, it's okay, but at certain point, like, until when you're gonna going back to the same thing, until when you're gonna keep on fighting about, no, understand me this way, this is what I'm trying to say. That's it. Person cannot understand you from the first time you were explaining yourself. Move on. go to something like, go find yourself, go to someone else that you might find later after, or just
And don't, by the way, don't settle for anything less than you deserve. It's very important for that. At some point, if that person doesn't value you, somebody else will come.
Yeah.
And with this, I want to close. I'm so happy for both of you to be here, but I would like to say like some close word from each of you before we close this podcast.
Sure.
Definitely. Go ahead.
Okay, so thank you for inviting us. It was a pleasure to be here with you, to join the podcast, and I just want to say, be for the public, be you, let it go, and share much love, much happiness as you can, and I think that's all.
From me, I want to say thank you so much for my amazing friend of 6 years now, and he's doing amazing with your podcast, Diego. I'm so happy for you, and it's such a pleasure, and I will do my podcast again with you very soon again. And
in Playa del Carmen.
Así, yeah. So I also want to say something to the public. It's good that you said that, Ashraf. And I'm also happy to be here with you, Ashraf, and talking about everything, and mainly giving our viewpoints. You guys don't have to feel, bad about anything that we said. It's just our viewpoints, and also it's an experience that you guys might, it's an experience with us. And also, just be you, just do you, experience life fully, learn your lessons, try to be a good person every day, and don't let the outside world tell you otherwise. Just
or put you down.
Yeah, just the camera is off. No,
doesn't matter, we're still here in this camera. Thank you very much, everybody, for following us, and keep in touch for the next episode.
Bye.